Hey everyone, I am back with a new video, and this video is going to be a speed paint of a new artwork that I have done not too long ago. And before we get started on the illustration, I would like to apologize for my head popping in. And yeah, it will be the case for the whole video. I mean, my head will pop sometimes. And yeah, so that happened because I was testing out a new camera setup. Let's not go into the details. And yeah, so this illustration that you're currently seeing has my takeover on justice, but not justice as in whole, as in the impact of justice on two different people. So I will explain this with an example. Imagine that you are fighting a case against a person, and that person manages to lose the case and you win it. So obviously that person will be feeling sad and unhappy, and you on the other hand will be feeling very happy and elated to have won the case. So the feeling of sadness and despair is a more of a cold feeling. Therefore it is represented by the cool colors, green in this case, as I am currently coloring. And as for the feeling of happiness and elation, it will be represented by the warm colors, because it kind of has a warm impact on two different people. And yeah, for this video, for this artwork rather, I am using a different kind of watercolor. It is called liquid watercolor, the general name. And as for the brand and such, it's an Indian brand, and it's called the Camel Transparent Photo Colors. And it's a relatively cheap watercolor, liquid watercolor, and they're amazing. I mean, I really like them. But the only con with these is that they're not light fast. And when I say light fast, that it means that they're fade proof. But these things are not. They will fade over time if they are in contact with direct sunlight. So yeah, and that's what I used. And if you are interested in knowing what brand I used, it is called the Camel Transparent Photo Colors. And yeah, that's about the materials. I use my usual Faber-Castell tri-grip brushes and my 200 DSM watercolor paper pad. I have plans on upgrading onto a thicker watercolor paper in the future, but we'll see how it goes. And with the green, in the green eye, I also used a bit of blue and violet to add the shading. And as for the warm one, that is the yellow eye, I used orange and red and scarlet and some really teeny tiny hint of brown for the shading. And as you can see currently, the yellow and the green has bled into the white of their respective eyes. I didn't mean it to happen, but I would say that I'm actually quite happy that it did happen, because it kind of brings the illustration together, I would say. I mean, I really like how it turned out, even though that was an accident, or a happy accident in this case. And yeah, so I'm now splattering color, which was the most fun part of this whole illustration. The yellow was not too bright, so I also did it with some other colors like the orange and a teeny tiny hint of red. However, I did not have to do that with the green. And yeah, and I will be using some gouache for the highlights of the eyes, and I will be using my watercolor pans for the eyebrows, as you can see right now. The watercolor pans I use are the Camel Artist's watercolor. With these, I actually had planned to do the eyebrows with gouache, but I was like, nah, I'll just use watercolor, and it really turned out well. And with the brown, I mixed a little bit of green in the green eye and a little bit of yellow in the yellow eye. And yeah, that's that. And yeah, I wanted to ask you guys if you are interested on buying prints of my art like this one and other G-color prints and other merchandise. And if you are, comment down below and I will open up a Society 6 shop. And I'm actually really happy with how this illustration has turned out. I did not expect it to turn out this good. And I guess that's about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out all my social media links, which will be in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!